Okay, so I was in the middle of doing my daily morning checks on all of the nest boxes, and I totally did not expect this. So I've been looking in this nest box for like weeks and weeks, and a rabbit was nesting in here a while ago, and then they stopped, and so I've kind of gotten used to it being empty. But when I opened it today, there's fur inside. Look. So did you do this? I don't know. Whoever this is a black rabbit. Dasha, get out of here. Even if you are the mama, we don't want you in here, okay? So whoever gave birth here was a black rabbit, or I guess it could have been Henwin. She's a blue. Let's see what color babies there are. That might give us a clue as well. Okay. Oh, there's lots in here. Hello. And they're so full. Look at you. So this one's dark. 1. Dark. 2. Completely dark. 3. This one's pink. 4. This one, so it looks like it's going to be a tort. Was that 5? And then another pink one. And 5, 6. And there's black fur. Okay. All right. So now I have to decide who the mama is based on all of that information. So Henwin, our blue steel mama, has a litter who's about 3 weeks old. So it is slightly, or maybe they're like 3.5 weeks old. So I guess she could have had 2 litters going at once, or maybe I'm remembering wrong and they're just 4 weeks old. But when I was over there doing things, she didn't act the least bit interested. So I'm going to rule her out for now. I could change my mind, but for now I'm assuming she is not the mama. But oh look, Ronwin is licking her. Maybe he senses she's ready to breed, and she does look kind of smaller. I don't know, but she wasn't interested in what I was doing. Okay, so that's her. Let's see who else is acting strange or anything. Dasha, I think she's 4 months old, black otter, was acting very interested in what I was doing, and she does have black fur, but she has tan fur on the bottom, and all the fur pulled was black fur. There wasn't any tan fur mixed in, so I doubt it's Dasha. Then all we have left is Lolo and her daughter Ivy, who are both black, and they both have smallish size litters. See, Henwin usually has huge litters, so Lolo could have done it because she was looking really huge, but now she wasn't. I don't know. When all the rabbits were over here eating greens, Ivy was acting kind of interested in this area. Maybe. Or maybe I was just reading into things. And then Lolo was doing nothing. So I don't really know how to go about this. I guess I could flip Mama over and see if it looks like she just gave birth, or she's in milk, but she just gave birth, and so sometimes mamas don't nurse until like a day or 2 after their babies are born, and it is possible that even though these babies looked pretty full, it is possible they are still just full from being, inside mama, so they haven't been nursed yet, so I don't really know. So that might not be a surefire way as of right now. So right now I'm thinking maybe I should just not decide who is the mama right now and wait for more information, noticing habits, and see who's, acting strange, if anyone nurses them, if anyone is, blocking up the nest more, when I'm checking on them, see who, comes over. So maybe I'll just wait and observe behavior for a little while longer before making a decision, because right now I have no idea who it could possibly be. I wish you could speak English and tell me, oh yeah, I had babies today. Or nope, that was my daughter. Yeah, could you just tell me? That'd be so nice of you. Alright, so we are inside and I'm recording this litter. But because we don't know who the mama is, we're just going to have to call the mystery litter for now. So I'm going to do something kind of unique. So for those of you who don't know, this is my rabbit breeding log. This is where I write down every litter from each doe, and it's kind of just short information. And then this is the journal part that I have, where I write down very detailed information about each litter. So, but instead of finding the doe, for example, I'd find, say, Lolo, and then she has all her litters listed, so I find the litters by doe, because we don't know who these babies are I'm just going to take a sticky note and write it on the very front page for now.
So, mystery, parentheses, Lolo or Ivy. Born March 26, 2021. There were 6 total. 3 dark, 2 pink, 1 port. All full and good nest.
So I'm going to keep this on the front page for now, and then when I figure out who the mama is, I will take this sticky note and copy all the information down onto their mama's page, but I don't want to forget when they were born or how many there were or something, because I didn't write it down because I didn't know who the mom was. So I just make sure I know all the information right away so I don't forget anything when I actually do figure out who their mother is. And then in my very detailed notebook, I just wrote everything down except for the mother's name. So I have the date, and then instead of putting the mom's name, I have a question mark. So question mark and Bronwyn, and then how many were born, how many survived, their colors, and any notes. And then when I figure out who the mama is, I will just erase the question mark and write her name in there instead. So I have been in a quandary as to whose babies these are for quite some time, a few days now. I will be observing, and then, I'll come over to pretend to mess with the babies, and Ivy will come right over like, oh, these are my babies, let me protect them. And I'll be like, oh, maybe they're Ivy's babies. But then Lolo comes over too, and I'm like, oh no, maybe they are Lolo's babies, I don't know. Sometimes I would see Ivy sniffing around the nest, like checking on her burrow type thing, but then she'd stop pretty soon after, so I was like, is she checking on her babies, or is she just smelling stuff because it smells weird in there? But now I have pretty good evidence that this is for sure Ivy's litter. So just now I saw Ivy. She went over there and she was digging and burying the entrance of her tunnel. So she would stand, her head was over here, she'd dig backwards, kind of like a dog, dig backwards, and then she'd turn around and push in the bedding into the tunnel. And that is most definitely a behavior a mama rabbit would exhibit, and only a mama rabbit, whenever she had her litter. And Lolo has not done any of that. So for now, I'm thinking that it's Ivy. I'm going to keep checking the next few days just to be sure, because there's a slight chance that I am wrong, but most likely it is Ivy whose babies these are. I'm so glad you're the mommy, Ivy. So glad you're the one. You guys, Ivy just went in there. I don't know what she's doing. Should we take a peek, or should we just wait for her to come out? Let's see if we can sneak a peek of what she's doing. Is she nursing them? They were pretty full already. I don't know what she's doing, but let's leave her alone. Okay, so after Ivy burying the nest this morning and then going in there to, I don't know what she was doing in there, if she was nursing or rearranging the bedding or something, this is making me more and more sure that my decision is right and she is the mother of those babies. So, mystery solved. One of our best does has a new litter, and I'm so happy. I wrote down this litter on Ivy's sheet, Ivy, right there. And then on the more detailed notes, I erased the question mark and then added Ivy's name. And finally, I can take the mystery litter card with all the information on it off and throw it away.